Hi, Nicole. Good to have you with us. And thank you for being willing to share your professional experience and your journey with reach reporting with all of us. If that's okay with you, I would just do a little intro of myself and product, and then I would hand the mic over to you.
Sounds good.
So, my name is Oriana. I've been working with Reach for 3 years now as part of our product development team. And I just think we developed some really cool and smart features that are helping users have all the spreadsheet benefits with no downsides. Tell us something more about your decision to start the business and also your decision to use technology like Reach to, provide your clients with the output they want. Just once again, thank you so much for sharing your time.
Well, thank you. I've been a fan of Reach Reporting since the beginning. So I can just tell you a little bit about me and my story. So I started my company, Momentum Accounting, in 2016. So what we do is I like to call it a fractional accounting department for small businesses. So what we're doing is we're helping our clients with the day-to-day bookkeeping, accounts payable, accounts receivable, payroll, reporting, all that back office stuff, up to helping our clients understand what levers they can pull to improve profitability and cash flow. And 3 years ago, I was looking for a visual reporting tool, and I tried everything on the market. And I got to the point where it was either the tool was way too complex and it just wasn't scalable for me to be able to teach my team how to use it, or it was way too basic where the just data wasn't valuable. And so I actually spent a year with my brother trying to develop a dashboarding software. And about a year into it, I was at AICPA Engage, a conference in Las Vegas, and we were at a Topgolf event. And I sat next to someone from Reach Reporting. I'm not sure if he's still there anymore. And then Justin Hatch, who's the CEO of Reach Reporting. And I was like, what do you guys do? What's Reach Reporting? Never heard of them. And then Justin was telling me about what you guys do. And I was like, oh, that's exactly what I've been trying to build. But it was a perfect timing because I had reached a point where I just couldn't try to build a software bootstrap and then also run Momentum Accounting. And so fast forward to today, my brother, who I was trying to build the software with, is now working with Reach Reporting, and we use Reach Reporting. And it's become honestly a huge part of our sales process and our delivery process. So when we go through the sales process with prospects who want to work with us, what we do is after our introductory call with them, we do a paid discovery. And as part of that paid discovery, the deliverable is a 3-page report in Reach Reporting. So when we get on that next call with them, we connect to their QuickBooks or Xero, and in 2 minutes we have all the data that we need in order to have a really high level conversation with a prospect. So we're looking at profitability trends, gross profit margin, net profit margin. We can see trends over the last 3 years and last 12 months. We can see how much cash they have in the bank account versus how much their expenses are every month. We can see if they have any customer concentration risk issues. We can see how long it takes customers to pay them. So right away, we're getting all the data we need to put together a proposal and have a high level conversation with the prospect. And it's really just enhanced our sales process and increased our close rate. And then, of course, after they're onboarded and we've cleaned everything up, we've now incorporated Reach Reporting as part of our delivery process. So month-end reports, rather than just looking at the P&L balance sheet and QuickBooks Online, we actually have data that we can look at and metrics we can look at, and then talk to the client about the so what behind those numbers, which is the most important part about dashboarding. Is there's a lot of tools out there that have nice visuals, but there's no so what behind them. And so the information gets a little bit stale. We've also been using the P&L or the forecasting module, which I started using with a client maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And it's amazing because basically just updates automatically every month, which is, saves us a lot of time. There's just a few little clicks and conversation I had with the client to update a few things. And then other than that, everything rolls forward automatically. So I've been using the P&L forecast module. And then I know you guys have a new 3-way forecast coming out. Then we'll have we'll be able to forecast out the cash flow and the balance sheet, which we haven't been able to do, or we've been having to do that outside the system. And so super excited to see what that looks like.
Yeah, just really quickly, tell me how did our product help you out with, your customer satisfaction, the efficiency of your team, just overall, how is it integrated into the workflow of your company?
Where we do the best work is typically with clients between 1 to 10 million in revenue. And so we're just working with a little bit more sophisticated business that needs more insight than, say, the businesses that are smaller that just do their financial statements to file a tax return, right? So we're actually getting into helping our clients set up their entire accounting back office. And they're at the point where they need data in order to make decisions around, when can I hire this next person? Is my pricing correct? And reach reporting is a bridge for us to be able to have those higher level conversations with our clients. And a lot of times, I think with accounting firms, the challenge we have is our accountants may not be 100% comfortable having those conversations, but we've been able to build out using Reach, a system and a basic set of KPIs that every business can use to make good decisions. And so we've been able to train our team on a complete system. So our accountants are now able to have higher level conversations with our clients. And so I would say that we're able to provide an affordable advisory level services to our clients, and level up our accounting team to be able to have those conversations in a consistent way so that it's the momentum way. It'll save me a lot more time on that piece of it. I did see that you guys have comments now on the forecast, which is cool because it's almost like, I think accountants, we are very familiar and it feels safe to be in Excel or Google Sheets. And what I love that Reach Reporting has done is you've created that same comfort where it feels like you're in Excel or Google Sheets. And so it's very easy for a new user to be able within a day to be up and running and using it versus other apps. I feel like you have to go through an entire training program in order to use it. And that's one of the things that I think makes Reach Reporting a better product than a lot of the other ones out there. But it still has it's still robust enough where it's giving you actually like good data.
Oh, thank you for saying that. It's always good to have a customer saying it rather than somebody who's working on developing features. So thank you so much for saying that because I keep pushing that. It's a minimal learning curve. It's so amazing. You can just like plug and play type of, reporting. I also think it's one of the best products out there. We just need to spread the word. Do you have any advice for people who are thinking about, starting to use Reach in terms of any type of onboarding, how to start, how to use it, how to integrate it into the workflow, whatever?
I mean, for me, I've always just been, you just have to try it out and do it. And it's going to take time, and if you invest the time up front, it ends up saving you a lot of time on the back end. So Reach Reporting has a free trial, like try it out, connect some of your clients. I like to try things out with my own data first because sometimes when it's somebody else's data, it doesn't click. But then when you start looking at your own, you're like, oh, that's actually really interesting because you have the backstory of it, right? I mean, having clean accounting data is important in order
Right.
to produce anything accurate. So like one of the things we do when we first onboard a client is we reformat their profit and loss statement. And so we're making sure we're understanding what's a direct cost versus an indirect cost or operating cost. And then once we format the P&L properly, that means that the data in reach reporting is a lot more valuable, if that makes sense. So
Yes.
so we can show them, like, we'll save a report when we first do our sales call with them. And then if they become a client after we onboard them and we cleaned all the financials up, we like to show them a report before and after. And so they can see why we've done what we've done. And it just validates our accounting work, which if you don't have, with accounting work, you can have the cleanest books in the world, but if you're not able to, if the business owner is not able to then use that data to make decisions, then you're just doing a lot of work for nothing, really.
Right.
So it's like that last final 10% that we can do for our clients to actually, we've done all this great work. We've built out your accounting ops. We've got a good invoicing system and a good bill pay system, and your financials are clean. But then what's the so what behind that? And so breach reporting just allows us to fill that last 10% gap where they can take all that work we've done and use it to make good decisions in their business. So within Reach, what I love is there's tons of templates. So you can get started by creating a dashboard or a report from some of those templates, and then, update it or edit it as you want to customize it. So what we do is we start with like a standard 3-page report across all of our clients that we've set up. So as I was saying before, during our sales process, the first thing we do is we generate this 3-page report, and that's the first conversation we have. And then when it gets handed off to our accountants who are actually delivering the ongoing services, right? Because we're in sales, myself and my COO do sales, and then they can pick that up, that report that's already been created. And then as they're having conversations with the client every month, and the client's asking certain questions about, I'm wondering about this, or what's my contractor cost? Then they've already got the basis, but they can go in and start adding on. So the challenge, I think, with introducing any new app to your firm is, okay, I can go learn this, but then how do I decentralize that so that my team feels comfortable and they can learn it, or it's not so disruptive to their time, right? Because they're trying to deliver client work. They don't have time to go learn a brand new app. So for us, it started with myself and my COO learning the product, deciding what we wanted the foundation to be, and then handing that off to the team. We did practice sessions where we would take a client's data or a client's report, and then whoever the manager was on that account had to do a practice client meeting with the team. So we did role playing to get them comfortable with having those conversations. And then again, as we've rolled it out to the clients and the team members that are working with those clients, they're coming back to us and saying, oh, hey, the client wants to see this additional report. And so then we'll show them how to do it. So they're baby stepping into using the product. And that's been pretty successful, rather than having them have to go build everything from scratch.
Right. So you basically have your own personalized report design and kind of cut exactly to what Momentum Accounting wants within Reach. So you created your own?
Yeah. So we used a template for the reporting, but we ended up building our own custom reports, or as far as the charts and the data we wanted to see was very well. I spent months trying to figure out. I think with providing information to business owners, there's so much that you can provide and it gets overwhelming. And so I started with like a multi-page report, and then I handed it off to my team, and then they actually did a lot of work to say, okay, like, let's condense it down to these top 5 metrics that work for every business and that are important. And rather than trying to go super deep and have tons of of metrics because it's a little bit overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think having a really clear idea of what's important, whether it's and if particularly if you're working with a niche, right? Within a niche, certain industries will have benchmark data available, right? So it kind of positions you as an expert if you work with restaurants, for example, and you know that the for a good net profit margin for a restaurant is 10% or whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
you can start with that, having that as a target with your client and show that yourself as an expert, and have that set in reach reporting already automatically. Let's say every new client you have this report that you set up, here's your target. And then as you talk to them, you can set targets together and update that. But having that I think just like foundation report, then you build off of it, build efficiencies. And then to add on what I was saying before, so we have a couple different versions. So depending on if it's like a professional service client, a tech company, or a company with inventory or e-commerce, right? So there's certain metrics and data that's important for those different industries to use. And so depending on that type of client, we have different templates, or if they're on Xero, QuickBooks Online, we have different templates. So once you build out the templates, that's a part that takes a long time. But once you do that, it's incredibly fast. It's crazy how fast it is once you plug it into QBO. It's like within seconds, you've got all the data that you need in this beautiful report, and like you can wow your client.
Yeah. Are you using dashboards in any of your client communication, or?
In order to like bring more structure to it, we ended up doing back to the reports. But we do have a couple clients that we have active dashboards that we built, and we've linked it for them on like a Google Sheet that we keep. So, I mean, both are great options. What I love also about reach reporting with the dashboards is they have that shareable link where they don't have to have a login to access it if you want to set it up that way, because a lot of times our clients, they will not log into a third-party app to look at their reports. Like they just won't do it. They're going to lose their password. So if it's something we can easily have them just bookmark on their, on their browser, or if we have a shared Google Sheet that we're working in with other things, we just link all the dashboards there and they can quickly take a look at it whenever they need. So yeah, it's awesome. And I'm not joking when I said that I tried out a few years ago, I've tried out every reporting tool out there. And I got to the point where I was trying to build my own, right? So that shows you that reach reporting is different. And I've seen the more and more of my colleagues now are using them. And I think that they will be the standard for the next. You think about how accounting's evolved, right? From desktop to cloud, and then the accessibility of data for business owners now having it on the cloud. And this is like the next iteration of that, which is data visualization and being able to automate reporting and analytics. I think that reach reporting is going to be the leader and the standard for a lot of accounting firms who are using QuickBooks Online and Xero because it's the best on the market. The integration with Gusto too, which is really, if you want to combine your payroll data with your accounting data, we like to look at what is your revenue per employee count. And that's a KPI we can track. There's so many different things you can track, and really just depends on the business. So Reach, having all these, between QuickBooks Online and Xero and Gusto, it gives us all of the source data we need to queue up those reports. So I'm really excited about the 3-way forecast launch, because right now we've been doing a combo of reporting in Reach and then forecasting in Google Sheets. And so I'm really excited to have everything in one place. And we are going to start pushing forecasting services as something we want to sell now that we have the ability to do that in reach reporting. And I know I have a lot of other colleagues that are using reach reporting for their reporting tool, and then they're using some other tool for the forecasting piece. So I think we're all going to be so excited to have everything in one place, and it's just going to elevate the services we can provide and make us very efficient, which, there's a lot of value, I think, in being able to automate a very high value service.
I don't know if you've seen, we automated ARAP and inventory calculations. So,
Oh,
so
beautiful.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
for AP and AR, are you bringing in the due date? Are you bringing in the cash transaction based on the due date?
Yeah, so once you input your sales that you're planning on your P&L, you can choose your payment terms, so how many days collection days for AR and how many payment days for AP, and you also can enter the percentage of cash sales or cash bills that you pay, and the system automatically calculates AR, AP, and the effect on cash flow. So basically, let's just say you have 50% of sales, cash sales, and 60 days payment terms. What our system will do, it will immediately show a cash inflow. So for AR, cash inflow of the 50% of whatever you planned for your sales on your P&L. And then the rest of it will kind of stay on your balance sheet for 2 months and will be visible in your cash flow after those 2 months. So it's really, and also whatever you do, we have a data sheet as well that you can basically do scenarios, custom calculations, whatever you want, and just link it back to your P&L or balance sheet, and then the cash flow is automatically created. It is really super intuitive. The people that already started using it during our beta period, so our just like trial period with some of our clients, they just love it. They love the ease of use because, as I said, it's kind of a spreadsheet with no downsides. You can do all your formulas that you are used to, but then it does all these automated calculations for you. And also we have on P&L and on balance sheet we have row drivers. So for each of your accounts, if you click on the little gear icon, you can see there are many drivers, like based on previous period, trailing average. We have a bucket budget. So like if you have an expense limit for your marketing or some other, you can use the bucket budget. We also have forecast algorithms. We have a linear one, which is kind of like a simple regression one. It just takes whatever your 2-year historicals was, and it plots the line of best fit forward. And then we also have one with seasonality that takes into account the seasonality. And we do use 2 years of data. There are a lot of softwares out there that use only one, and then you do those forecast algorithms. So they're pretty good. And at any point you can do a custom override on the spreadsheet, and it's just I think I think it's very intuitive, simple, and so powerful in what it can deliver. And then once you have it, you can just pull it in. We already have a lot of pre-built templates in both dashboards and report, like you mentioned. But yeah, you will see in our video, you can do like budget scenarios and have like, your best case scenario, your worst case scenario, your kind of middle case scenario budget. You can also do budget and then turn it into a forecast. So you replace your actuals up to March, April, May, whatever, and turn that into a forecast. And also we have pre-built dashboards that are showing, your actuals, your budget, what's your forecast. So okay, this is my actual cash balance in August. This is what I budgeted for August. And this is,
That's what I'm missing right now. I need the
yeah,
actuals, and that will
yeah.
help with the three-way forecast on the
Yeah,
cash
yeah.
flow.
So, anytime, um, just book a meeting or with us if you want to go into more details about how our three-way planning tool works. We will be more than happy to have a demo of a sort and help you out, to speed up the process. Even though I think the learning curve is as in our reporting, minimal, basically non-existent. You can have your budget and forecast done within a couple of hours. So it's not even a matter of days. I would say within minutes, but that's just because I'm familiar with the interface. Somebody who is new, within half an hour, you can have all your three financial statements planned for or forecasted, which is, I think, amazing.
The other thing I love about Reach is that we can upload our client's logo, and then it will take the colors from the logo, and then the reports will all be based on those colors. And then you can put the logo on the reports too. So you're presenting a really highly customized report to your client. And of course, we all like to see our own stuff on things. So I think the business owners like that we can customize it for their business
Oh,
colors.
yeah, I love that part too. So it kind of helps you stand out when you brand the color, the theme, and everything for your client. It kind of helps you stand out, your report, and you as an advisor, um, from just having a regular chart in Excel, or just a custom, just not a custom, just a default report that a lot of other softwares are actually offering. They also have option for reporting and forecasting, but it's more limited, I would say, than Reach. So I think that's one of the huge advantages of Reach, for not being so limited, but being very flexible and powerful, but still simple to use. Great to see you, and thank you once again.
No
Bye bye.
problem. Bye.